This is the first thing I wanted to show you, is that I have a teleporter closer to where we need to be. So, I'm actually here for this. The last time we played this was on, believe it or not, Monday, May the 15th, and we stopped at 4 something, I think it was 4 to 4 and 53 seconds. I don't know if anyone was paying attention to that, but that was the time that, at PM. You know, if you can even notice it or whatever, because there's not a real way to know unless you can calculate, because I live in a different time zone. I really do. Than most people do. Like, believe it or not, I may be living in the United States, but I'm not going to tell you where I am exactly. But, you know, and you'd think that all the United States would be on the exact same time zone. No, they're not. They're really not. Like, Vegas has different hours. Missouri has different hours. Even California has different hours. I don't even know what time it is right now in California. But I know it's, you know, say it's 12 o'clock at my time, right? It's not right now, but if it was, it wouldn't exactly be early. It would probably be late at night. And believe me, I've called at different hours or talked to family out here in, you know, out here in Georgia at different hours, and I didn't realize they would be asleep. So it's not a good idea either. But you may not know it. The reason why it wouldn't be a good idea is because, you know, they need some sleep. So, but, you know, it's better to know. Even if you do it one time, it's fine. But don't keep continuing to do it. That's why you gotta jot it down somewhere so that you know you're not gonna lose it and be like, oh yeah, okay, so it's 12 p.m. here if I'm over here in California. I'm trying to contact somebody I know in Georgia, Atlanta, and I want to contact them at a good enough time. Now, maybe some of them prefer different time zones or early in the morning, but I don't know that many people. You know, because a lot of people are asleep at midnight or somewhere early in the morning. I know, no matter how old they are. Yeah, I know that for a fact. You know, but it was good to get, you know, good talking to him. Whatever. I didn't really care for my aunt that much. But I didn't care about her that much at the time. Like, when you get away from them for a long time, it's like, oh, hey! And then you remember, like, oh, crap. Oh, God. Because of the stuff you have to put up with when you're in person, and it's like, oh, my God, I forgot how much of a bitch you are. There, I said it. And that's not to say that all people are that way. But a lot of times, like when you're on the phone, you can talk all you want to and be friendly. You know. But it ain't nothing like, you know, in person. Well, you know, with a phone, though, it can be something else if they start talking that way. But the thing is, as long as you're having a pleasant conversation, it ain't nothing to worry about. Unless it's the kind of pleasant conversation that you're not looking forward to, like, you know you're an a-hole. Why? You forgot to shut the window. So the window couldn't look at the toilet. Why? Because the window is a pervert. Yeah. Likes to look at the toilet all the time. And the toilet's like, oh, God, please don't let the window see me. That's just an example. It might be silly, but it's an example. Okay? I mean, it doesn't matter if I add somebody in it or not. It wouldn't matter if I didn't use that word either. It's not the point. You're missing the point. I gotta go. I'll be right back. Okay. I literally thought someone was stopping in or something. I didn't know what was going on. And the thing about it as well is that where I'm sitting at, you'd think they would know to go to the phone. You know, or get online. A lot of people can't get online. You just can't. So, anyway, enough about that. I made a save state so I didn't have to run through the rabble of enemies. So, I actually made a video where I said, I'll be right back, but I just stopped it and put it in deletion folder. Yeah, I know. It was a good video too, but it only went on too long because I didn't get much done. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're in a room right now that occurred to me. I should have talked about quite some time ago, but I never thought about it, and I forgot all about this. And because you know, you remember flying tiles and me being able to dodge them was at this point. You would have seen me do it successfully, okay? And technically, if you'd have done it in order, the first place would have been, I think, memory serves, is pendant number 2. And the last place is going to be this one. So this is going to be one of the most challenging ones there is. So I've got a save state, and it doesn't really matter if I do this or not. So the thing about this is it's trying to dodge this, and it's not going to be easy to do. So, and the thing about it, that the only way to dodge these tiles without taking any damage, which is really good at going around and killing a bunch of tiles, because apparently they have to come up out of the floor and attack you. Anyway, is as soon as this door over here opens, and if you try to go back through, you know, you have to make sure that or if you have it, because there's another one in there, another switch on the other side, but I forgot about that, but you flip it up, you know, I think they won't get past it. Sometimes they can, I'm not sure, I don't remember. I just know that if suddenly, you know, they respond, at least that would be the good way to kind of dodge it. If you're like right there. Otherwise, this one here, one of the things you would never know, is you're not going to find this anywhere, is, you know, how to actually properly dodge tiles without getting hit, is to be in a doorway, you know, enough to where it can't touch you or damage the character that you're playing. But also that if you technically think about it, this is the only place in the entire, and I mean the entire game ever, that you actually have to worry about, you know, trying to fight it or get down. I would suggest that if you're at this point in the game where you're, because this is going to be, obviously, if you don't know, I'm just going to say that for the record, unlike some people, because I hate when people say, it's so obvious, you should know this. No, you're not going to know it. Anyway, so, when you think about it, okay, this place is going to be the one thing you're going to be a hard time doing, unless you're pretty good at it. I've been good at it, but not where I haven't always been successful without getting damaged. But I made it through. But if you have that much bad thing about it, don't worry about it so much. But either have, I would say the maximum I would say to start out with in this dungeon is to have at least 3 bottles of fairies. Because, you know, and you're not going to be able to go upstairs to go do it. No, there's no way to do it. Because you have to have at least a key, I think it is, down below. When you go from the first beginning of the place. If memory serves. Yeah, because you got to unlock the door to come down here. And, you know, basically to get back up there, you know, But anyway, you're not going to know at all that the thing about it, the hardest thing about tiles is going to be display specifically. It's not going to get you any used to it, even though you could probably do it failure a few times. That's why I try to get myself more prepared. And sometimes it's good, you can actually get through it successfully. That's kind of the luck playing this game. It depends on how badly lucky it is. But it's not going to change anything. It's not going to be like you're going to get a temper rating and you're going to say, game over because you didn't do it right. There's only a certain amount of ways you can do this game right. And that's it. I've already kind of showed off the game that way. Not showed you off. That didn't make no sense. Oh, man, here, look, listen to me. Anyway, I showed up the game, okay? The way the game can be done. It doesn't mean it has to be done that way. But for those of you who want to do it in right, there's another thing you would not know is the tiles and the way about the crystals. The crystals can be done in a certain order, but remember this, I didn't even know this, okay? But apparently you need to go to 6 to beat 5. So you can beat 6. So yeah, you're going to be doing backtracking. You're going to do doing a whole bunch of it anyway. Because there's things you're going to miss out on, things you won't know unless you don't care, especially if you're trying to speed run. If you're trying to speed run, it's just best to avoid a lot of this stuff. Literally, it is. The only thing you can't avoid, and I'm going to point this out for the record, even if you did a speed run, you can't avoid trying to go and get through, Crystal 6 to go back through Crystal 5 and beat it so you can do it in the right order. You can't do it unless you do that. I'm not kidding you. I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember having to go through there, because it's like, yeah, you can go there and if you want to, but the closest thing, the only thing you can do is get through to at least, and I mean at least getting the armor and getting close enough to where you can go to the boss, but after that you can't go no further until you've had at least the Kingdom of Samaria. The craziest thing is, you'll never really have known this anywhere unless you saw it in a magazine or something like that. Like, how would you have known about this? How would you even have known how to dodge tiles, and where the ones that's going to be the most easiest to dodge if you know how to dodge them? I mean, like, for the most part, you can actually go ahead and dash through, unless you need a key, which a lot of times you do. Like, if you've already bitten through it, you get to go through it again, and you don't have to go through unlocking it. You just rush through because you've got the boots after you've gotten the first pendant. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to do this from a fresh perspective, kind of, sort of. Where I started a whole brand new profile and did this on my own, but I don't have time, especially because of the space I have to work with. I have one of the videos I know I gotta go through and kind of but that's for BitChute. This is for YouTube, though, because you can definitely tell, because there's no music and there's no sound. There can't be. Just can't be. Because they don't want you to have music and sound. I'm not going to risk it. This is one of the reasons why I gave up on YouTube. I mean, I haven't fully given up on it because there's still things I like about YouTube that I can make use of. Music. I can have a full entire playlist without having to pay for it for free. That, and I can, I can even have, it's just things I like about it. And there's like I said, there's pros and cons about everything. It's a blessing to have YouTube. I mean, the fact that I can upload as long as I want to it's not the biggest issue. That's a good thing. A bad thing I have, because it doesn't matter the file size, it'll upload it. That's the bad thing about BitChute. But the good thing about BitChute, yeah, you can have music on. A lot of people refuse to go up there. Well, I can't blame them, because the thing about BitChute is they don't actually have music up there. They don't have movies, they don't have nothing, except for people who react to them. That's it. So, much like on YouTube, but they started to, a lot of people have been, what do they say, copyright flagged. And the channels have been taken down, even though they were just doing a reaction video. Or watching, as they call it, a real watch-along, by the way, I would say, for the record. Because, I mean, like, if you're trying to do this for YouTube and try to do a watch-along, where you do a reaction kind of thing, it doesn't really look good to just put up a screen and have you just be there and you're kind of narrating, talking about it a little bit here and there, without something on the screen. I'm not even kidding you. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people can get views on it, but you're not going to get half as many if you actually want to get into the business of reactions. I mean, if you really care about views and stuff and whether or not you want to continue to do that, that's something you need to think about. That's why I don't do stuff like that. I don't even know if I can do it without the sound, as far as putting something up there that has to do with anything, with movies and, you know, music. I mean, like, literally, I uploaded Duke Nukem Time to Kill, and when I had the music on, because it was not only copyright, but it was banned in our country. So in order for me to let it be viewed by everybody, I had to upload it without the sound of the music on it. So, and it's just not good without it. It's kind of a way to kind of introduce the game. It doesn't exactly have to be because of that, but it's part of the game. So why not make it possible? Well, because YouTube follows certain rules. So, I guess that makes sense. But it ain't right. It may make sense, but I mean, it's right. But in the meantime, whether or not you're getting paid doesn't really matter. I mean, it does if it affects your income. But what matters ultimately, more above that, is whether or not people can see that video. You know, you're the only one that can watch that video. I'm not kidding you. Well, I think nowadays even a select few can see it, but that's it. I hate that. So, at least the thing is that I can actually upload it to where people know it's there. And that's the one good thing about it. Because I can actually make a playlist and say, here, you want to watch it, go here. Because I did it properly. You know, so everybody can enjoy and immerse themselves. I can even have a playthrough without me talking, you know, and let people actually see the game without commentary. And it'd be like, oh, hey, yeah, all right, we can see this. Everybody can see it. Here, what you've got is, nope. No. I mean, a lot of people get away with it, and a lot of people don't. It's one of the things I don't understand about this website. You know, I don't care. It's, you know, it's not right. It's not fair It don't mean it makes it fair for them just because they like them. See, the thing is that, you know, that's not right. So in other words, if I don't like a certain individual, but a lot of half of the world does, you know, and if I decide to, I don't know, you know, stop them from making, you know, whatever, it's okay. Now, how in the hell is that fair? It's not. Or, you know, someone else did it, doesn't matter. And a lot of you don't realize that's the reason why a lot of people give up on YouTube. And we still come back because it's got music without someone actually reacting to it, by the way. Sorry, but we don't want to listen to somebody actually reacting to music. Not when we want to listen to the music. Because every time you turn around, someone goes, dude, shut up, we're trying to listen to it. You're ruining the music. Well, I don't mean to be rude, but, you know, to them, but specifically, but literally, when you want to listen to something specifically, without reactions, yeah, no. But that's the point of reactions. That's the reason why you click on a reaction video, to see someone actually react to it. But if you're just trying to listen to it, it's not going to do you no good if you're just trying to listen to the actual music itself. Doesn't really do you no good. Anyway, I'll see you guys momentarily. So the thing I've learned about this, see, I have a recorded video, but I deleted it because it went on too long. Anyway, I went ahead and got prepared and everything. But the thing I've learned about this as well is that you actually want to, if you're going to go into back into the light world and get back into the tower for whatever reason, which it's not like you can't or that you shouldn't, it's that there's no need to. Unless you just want to go in there for fairies or something like that, I guess, if you think that's the closest thing. Even though I know of better places that are not dangerous as hell. I mean, a little bit dangerous, but not that bad. Not in compared to this, no. Especially because of what you had to do and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, so you want to go back into there. Just remember, have a portal to the light world on the mountain closest to the tower. That way, if you want to go back into Ganon's tower, or the closest place to it, so you don't have to do that. Yeah, you can do that. I think I may have to fight those things anyway. Those, like, creatures. Again. But, other than that, we're pretty good. We're ready to go. So, but I'm doing this like you should be doing if you don't know. And the only thing is that I do know. And I'm not going to say, I don't know. I didn't know I had to do this. I didn't know I had to do that. I mean, I might as well keep doing that in every video. I didn't know I had to do this, even though you've seen like 50 million times by now. Or 50 videos. I didn't know I had to have this. Oh my god, man. I hate when people do that. When it's like, when you know, you gotta do it. And I'm not even saying I watch videos, but I've heard them. No thanks, man. No. So yeah, now all we have to do is come in here. And by the way, there's nothing in those rocks. At least I can get through them without having to worry about being hurt. Now there you go. There's nothing left. You can even go to any dungeon you want to, but there's no point. Like, especially if you like want to get magic or whatever. If you want to go visit them. It doesn't even really do you any good if you're trying to also beat the score of the game that you've already done and did before it actually ends. It doesn't really do you a damn lick of good. So, again, if you want to actually try and beat the score, there's not a real way to do so. All you can do is just go through it, and if whatever it says is what it says, and that's it. You know? I'm not even kidding you. But yeah, this game does have a scoring system. Okay, so I don't have to fight them, that's good. Alright, so what we want to do here, we want to look in here. We don't have the map. So, that's what all you're always going to see in every dungeon unless you get the map. It'll show floors, but it doesn't mean you necessarily been there. There's like a lot of optional floors we don't actually have to go do. But they also help you out because there's also rooms that you're going to need to get into. So, let me think here. Yeah, I don't really care that I got that. It may be a waste to get these, but it's okay to get them out of the way. I know where exactly where we can get them. So, well, it might. I should not have. In retrospect, I shouldn't have got that thing. So, at least we know what to do. Plus, the fact that if you want to teleport out of here and go to use the Tower of Hera, you can. I don't use it though. I'm not saying you can't, or it's a bad thing. It's a good idea if you want to, especially a closer place. But it's also bad because the idea is to try to avoid danger as much as you can, because you want to be in every dungeon as fully prepared as possible, even if you have to take damage. A lot of times it doesn't matter. You want to go in fully prepared everywhere you go. Right now, this is kind of representative of the castle. I don't. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. I mean, I have put sprinkles on those things and make berries out of them, but I see no point in doing it. Nothing but a waste of time. That's because a lot of times that you actually try and take a risk of trying to get them, you waste a lot of magic, but a lot of times you miss. You're like, jeez. And you can't even recover your magic. All you did was get yourself a free heal. And then that means in the meantime you're going to be wasting blue magic or a magic bottle just to fill it up. I'm sure you know where magic, where the where there's magic to get, but if you've used it all up in the entire dungeon, or there's other places and they're long ways away in the dungeon, you're not doing yourself any favors by doing that. So if you want to do this dungeon right, do it right. Now there's a room we can get into, but I'm not worried about it right now. So the very first thing we gotta fight is going to be, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I know I'll tell you that, yeah, this is where the boss gauntlet begins and ends. Well, luckily for us, we don't have to worry about it. See, now that was the reason why to get that key. Even though there's other keys. And actually just as a sort of a thing. And if you didn't have the key of Samaria, you couldn't open that door. I thought maybe that would also open the door. But if all that does is just bring down stuff and rain down stuff. Well, what we want to do, you also need the hook shot. So you're going to need all of what you have in your possession to get through this. Yeah. In order to get to that door, you gotta have a, what do they call it? You gotta be able to come back through it. It's one of those doors you gotta come back through. Kinda sucks, I know. Yeah, and that thing will knock you off, so be careful. I don't think it really matters. Okay, maybe it does. Alright, so you can do that, and that opens the way forward. So yeah, we made another room. We're gonna need the map to do that. Okay. I know I found the compass in the castle, but I'm just not sure how I found it. I don't know. Maybe it was a glitch or something. But legitimately, I have. Okay, so we want to come in here, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Because it's just easier to kill him this way than it would be to try and use the sword. Obviously. If you don't want to get damaged. As if you don't know. As obviously if you don't know. I will continue to say that then when I'm dead and gone. It's not obvious if you know. I mean, well, that is too, but I mean, like, come on. So, yay. Alright, so this also makes pots respawn, so that's a good thing. Of course I didn't do that, right? So let's do this right from the beginning. Ah, come on, dude. Alright, so this is going to be frustrating if you don't know what you're doing. You know, if you want to get back over there, you just gotta do this, and you want to go this way. This also has what they call teleportation. And of course, if you want to get back towards where you want to go, yeah, those little groundhogs don't mean nothing unless you're trying to get through. So let me think here. I hate those guys because they can hurt you with their bones. Now, if you pull this, this is what happens. Yeah. And then you can avoid all that by going in there. I think there's like a shit thing here that we can push. I know there's something here. Come on, man. You serious right now? So, like I said, if you want to go through that door, though, you gotta have to have the key of Samaria. I know there's a thing we push here somewhere. What the hell am I doing? I remember this, but I guess I'm a liar. Thanks, game. Thanks for making me look like a liar, you piece of crap. Ugh, I hate being called a liar. You know, I'm not lying. Game just... Okay, so... Oh, brother. Okay. I did not remember that room, so apparently that's another one of them you can't actually dodge unless you have, like, the kind of Byron. Okay. Now that will not destroy the tiles, just so you know. Yeah, the hand's back in here, by the way, just so you know. This is another reason why that it's a good idea to absolutely try and dodge this. Okay, I did not remember this room at all. We gotta try and dodge, which you can. We have plenty of hearts, so that's a good thing. The bad thing would be is if you didn't have plenty of hearts to do this with. So, of course the hand got me. So if the hand gets you before you can get to the chest, you're screwed. I hate the hand. I think it sometimes shows up here too, but it's not so it's not as it's like takes a little while. So. Now, if you want to do this and get a full heal, you're gonna have to keep coming in and out. But I think we know what to do here. We made a little bit of progress, but I want to do so much more. So let me think here. What do I do to get more magic? I know. We can go over here and go get ourselves some magic. But it's dangerous to go this way. Okay. Alright. I'm not worried about that. Let's keep going. There's just no enemies over here. Thing is that if you want to get into Ganon's tower, you gotta go this way. I mean, you gotta go to the light world in that way. It's the only way to do it. Now that we have that, we can go back over to Ganon's tower. However, if you want to get a full heal, you're gonna have to get. You can go through here, get something, or you can go through here. I think. What's in here? No, I don't want to go in there. That's for like extra content or whatever. So it's dangerous, but it can be done. You know. So thing is, though, if you want to actually do this from the dark world over here, you gotta do this way. And if you do it from an easier point of view, it would be you'd have to completely start the portal all over again. So there is that to consider. If you really pair. So, I mean, you could go ahead and come over here and get a heal, but you got to remember to, what you could do, it's going to take a lot of, what they call, magic. If you can't remember the steps, you're going to make it very useful. You have to do it wisely, though. Because you only have so much, and you don't want to waste a bottle on doing that, because then you gotta go through all the process of grinding for rupees, and then you gotta go back over there to the witch and get yourself some more magic. Well, you're gonna need magic. Well, you know. And if you do this, you know, when you do that, and when you come out, come over here and get yourself some full magic. You know, I've never really thought about doing this because I've never ever had to do it with like this. So that is another thing. I mean, if you're really worried about going in there and, you know, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't think Bombos works on this guy. But I can go ahead and go up here. Doesn't really matter where you start out. Just remember there's a lot of stuff you got to do to get through this all. Yeah, see, that doesn't work on them. So what you can do here, do that. And you don't have to go and fight these guys. Not at all. That's good about that. However, you gotta fight them. So, yeah, you can dodge enemies, but remember this. Yeah, we got. This is not easy to do. Oh yeah, I remember now. You gotta make use of this. That's why. All right. I remember, careful of the hand. It takes a while for it to show. Okay, so that's what you gotta do to defeat that. I forgot you had to make use of that. Oh my god. I hate this already. There's nothing here, there's nothing here. That's why I miss it. That's why I miss having a damn controller. You know. And then there's the idea that you still have to fight these guys to make a difference. So, yeah, like it or not, you can't get through here. But at least we made a lot of progress in knowing the dungeon. So what we gotta do now is gotta get out of here. So, look at that. We have so many more floors to go. And the boss is gonna be on the 7th. The main one, I think. But anyway, I guess it's a good idea to get around and get to know things. Try to make as much progress as you can. Because I'm gonna tell you, that way you get to know the place. The map just kind of helps, with 100% of the game. But anyway, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Until then, later.